In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to work the double crochet. So I've started off with 11 chains, so that's my foundation row. Okay, so to work a double crochet, I'm going to count back 2 chains from the hook. So we have 1, 2, okay, and I'm going to work into this stitch here. So I put the hook in through this stitch at the top. I'm going to hook the yarn around and pull it through so that I've got 2 loops on the hook, and then I'm going to hook the yarn over again and pull it through those 2 loops. So I'm going to do this all the way to the row so that you can see how it's done. So into the next loop here, yarn over, so you have 2 loops, and then bring through those 2 loops again. So in through this loop, yarn over through that stitch and pull through those 2 loops. Okay, all the way to the end. So if you started out with 11 chain, you should have 10 double crochets by the end of the row. And here we are at the end of the row. Okay, so that's how you work the double crochet. I'll show you how to work it on the way back. So this is it. So when you're on the way back, you need to have a turning chain. So you need to do 2 basic chains. So just 1, 2, like so. And then you turn your work around, because you're always going to be working from right to left on the crochet. So you see these nice stitches here, these nice stitches there. That's where we're going to be working into all the way back. So you don't want to work in here because that's the base of this stitch. So these turn in 2 chain kind of count as your first double crochet. And they'll say that in the patterns as well. They'll say 2 chain to count as your first double crochet. So we want to go into this stitch here, pull the yarn through, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. We're going to do that all the way to the end of the row. And I'll show you how to finish off the end of the row so that you're not missing any stitches. Sometimes you can miss the stitches and then the sides of the work will be uneven. So I'll show you that when I get down here, how to make sure that you're doing the right stitch at the end. Okay, so when you get to the end here, you can see this is a stitch, and this is the 2 chain that we missed at the very beginning of the first row. So you also need to work in here, because otherwise you'll be missing a stitch. So we need to work into this here, like so. Now, that's your double crochet. So I'll show you again. You need to do 2 turn in chain, turn the work around, and then you're going to work into this stitch here. So through the stitch, yarn through, so you have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. And again, you do this all the way to the end. And that's your double crochet. Again, at the end, I'm going to show you how to finish it off properly. So you've got this stitch, and this is your 2 turn in chain that you did at the beginning of the last row. You need to make sure that you always work a stitch into the top of this, because otherwise you'll be missing a stitch each time and your work won't be straight. So there's your double crochet.